Evelyn always chooses the place, and she always makes sure it's the most expensive one in town. That morning, she'd picked Citron, the kind of brunch spot that doesn't just serve food, it serves status. Chandeliers made of blown glass. Gold-foiled menus. Coffee poured from crystal carafes by waiters who say of course instead of okay. She wore cream silk. I wore clearance rack corduroy. So, she said, twirling her straw in a mimosa she didn't even like. How's the trust fund treating you? I blinked. What? The trust fund, she repeated, as if I were slow. $500,000, wasn't it? I laughed, but it came out wrong, sharp and nervous. Evie, I have no idea what you're talking about. Her lips curled. Oh my God, you don't know. She let out that laugh, the one that sounds like breaking glass. You really don't know. She leaned in, elbows on the marble table. Dad left us both trusts before he died. Mine was smaller, actually. You were always the favorite. Guess that worked out. I felt my stomach twist. That's not funny. Who's joking? She sipped her drink, eyes glittering. You should talk to Mr. Whitmore. He handled it all. And then she smiled, that cruel, satisfied smile I hadn't seen since we were kids, and went back to her phone like nothing had happened. That night, I couldn't stop replaying her words. $500,000. I was a teacher. I counted every grocery sale, every gas discount. $500,000 would have changed everything, grad school, a house, a life. Around midnight, I went up to the attic. I hadn't opened Dad's estate box in years. The documents were brittle, smelling of old paper and grief. Then I found it, a manila envelope with my name. Inside, the Pierce Family Trust Declaration. Date, June 14, 2010. Beneficiary, Anna Pierce. Trustee, Evelyn Pierce. Amount, $500,000. My throat tightened. It was real. I wasn't forgotten. I was robbed. The next morning, I called Whitmore and Associates. I'm sorry, the assistant said. Mr. Whitmore passed away last year. The trust was transferred to another firm, handled by Ms. Evelyn Crane. My sister. She'd married her wealth, changed her name, and taken my inheritance with her. Evelyn didn't answer my first call. Or the second. By the fifth, I sent her a text. I know about the trust. We need to talk. No reply. I spent the next week researching trust law until my eyes ached. Every line led to the same conclusion: the trustee has control, unless there's proof of mismanagement. I needed evidence. So I found it. Hidden in Dad's papers was a statement from the trust's original bank. It listed quarterly disbursements, small amounts at first, then growing. But the payee name was not mine. It was Crane Holdings LLC. Evelyn's company. She'd been bleeding my inheritance for years. I forwarded everything to a lawyer friend from college, Megan. When she called back, her tone was steady but sharp. Anna, this is fraud. If you can prove she used that money personally, you have a case, and she has a problem. I invited her to dinner the following Friday. Neutral ground. My place, a modest apartment with IKEA furniture and the scent of reheated pasta sauce. She arrived in a black Tesla, looking radiant, untouchable. Finally redecorated, she said, glancing around. Still cozy. I poured her wine. My hands didn't shake. So, I said, I found the trust documents. For the first time, her smile faltered. Oh? I called Whitmore's office, I continued. Apparently, you've been my trustee for 13 years. Silence. Then a shrug. Dad wanted me to manage it. You weren't exactly responsible back then. I was 23, I said quietly. And you were 26. How responsible were you? She smirked. More than you, apparently. The way she said it, smug, careless, flipped a switch inside me. You stole from me. Oh, please. She laughed. You wouldn't even have known how to handle it. I invested it, grew it, kept it safe. For who? She set down her glass. For me, Anna. For someone who would actually use it wisely. That night, I didn't cry. I planned. Over the next month, I built a digital trail, quietly. I traced every withdrawal, every investment she'd made with my trust money. Stocks. Real estate. A vacation home in Tahoe. All linked back to Crane Holdings. I didn't confront her again. I went to court. With Megan's help, I filed a petition to remove Evelyn Crane as trustee for breach of fiduciary duty. When the subpoena landed in her mailbox, my phone rang within the hour. You're making a mistake, she hissed. No, I said softly. I'm fixing one. The courtroom smelled like oak polish and fear. Evelyn sat 2 rows ahead, perfect as ever, her lawyer whispering in her ear. When my name was called, I took the stand. We presented the paper trail, the disbursements, the LLC transfers, the property deed. Evelyn's face didn't crack until Megan said. These funds were never reinvested. They were spent, personally. The judge raised an eyebrow. Mrs. Crane, do you have an explanation? Evelyn stood, trembling slightly. My father wanted me to manage the money. I did what was best for both of us. The judge's voice was cold. By buying a lake house? Her mouth opened. Nothing came out. 3 weeks later, the court ordered the trust dissolved. The remaining assets, $312,000, were transferred directly to me. Evelyn was fined and removed as trustee permanently. She called once, late at night. I didn't answer. But she left a voicemail. Congratulations, she said. You won. I hope it keeps you warm. I deleted it. Then I opened my banking app. $312,067.43. And for the first time in my life, I didn't feel small. I didn't feel like the forgotten sister. I felt free. A year later, I used part of the trust to start a scholarship fund, the Pierce Foundation for Women in Education. It felt poetic. Evelyn sent me a Christmas card that year. Just 2 words. Nice move. I smiled. She finally understood, I wasn't the sister she could silence anymore. Because sometimes, the best revenge isn't taking someone's money. It's taking back your story.